Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridget Biorlo. Jose Morales, the man accused of killing the mother of his one-year-old child in her Ansonia home back in 2019, is now going to trial.
And this is his daughter, Vanessa Morales, is still missing. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc reports.
It's been nearly 5 years since police say Jose Morales killed Christine Holloway in her Ansonia home. Since then, he's been behind bars facing murder and tampering with evidence charges. And though Holloway's family says it's been a long road to get here, they are ready to go to trial.
This is Jose Morales.
A smiling Jose Morales, greeted by his attorney in a Milford courtroom. The two, up until now, had been working with prosecutors to reach a plea agreement in the murder of the mother of his child, Christine Holloway.
Parties are still a substantial distance apart in reaching a new resolution. At this point, I believe the matter needs to go to the trial.
Holloway's family, some coming from Nashville and Philadelphia, hope to address the courtroom Tuesday. Though they didn't get the chance, they're accepting this next step.
Myself and the family are content with going to trial because now we can prove that Jose committed the crime, and there will be justice for my sister-in-law, Christine.
Jody Jacobellis shows up in support of her late sister-in-law at almost every court appearance. Though she couldn't reveal the specifics of the plea deal, she said it needed to at least come with one condition.
Give us some sense where Vanessa is.
Morales has not been charged with the disappearance of his one-year-old baby, Vanessa, who is still missing. Holloway's family frustrated with the lack of answers from police and prosecutors.
On how long it took to get to this point, the hurt that we live with every day, searching for our niece when there's no answers.
We understand the family's frustration, and we are trying everything. We want to give them answers. We want to give them the information that they want. We'd like to give them the proper closure, and we're going to continue to do that.
Though Lieutenant Patrick Lynch says they've received tens of thousands of tips on Vanessa, none of them had led to new information. But he says Ansonia police will never stop searching.
Every day. Every day. A lot of us are parents, so we understand the frustration and the unknown. We have tried everything we can.
Now, Jacobellis says the state's attorney has made it very clear that Vanessa's disappearance is a separate case and will not be the focus of this trial. However, Ansonia police reiterating to the public that they are still accepting tips on Vanessa's disappearance. So if you know anything or if you've seen anything, please give them a call. We are in Milford. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We have new information tonight on the man arrested in Connecticut as a fugitive. He appeared in court today. Arizona police say David Laudati, a former swim coach, is wanted on nearly 20 counts of voyeurism and attempted voyeurism. He's accused of recording teens in a bathroom. According to court documents, there were 3 victims between the ages of 14 and 17. We found out in court today that Laudati has been living in Connecticut for the past 10 months. He waived extradition and agreed to return to Arizona to turn himself in. We also learned Laudati worked at the Mandel JCC of Greater Hartford in 2019 before moving to Arizona. JCC told Fox 61 it is not aware of any incidents during his employment there.
A Connecticut woman, a Massachusetts attorney, and 2 inmates are facing charges in a scheme to smuggle drugs into a Rhode Island detention facility. Officials say back in December, inmate Samuel Douglas arranged for his girlfriend, Hansa Stedford of Hamden, to give attorney Teresa DeJoseph papers soaked in synthetic marijuana. DeJoseph was found in possession of those papers when trying to visit her client, Sean Hart. A review found DeJoseph also sent Hart personal photos of herself and screenshots showing sports betting transactions. DeJoseph was temporarily prohibited from having visitors, but was later allowed once again.
Stamford police are investigating after swastikas and a racial slur were found spray painted at a school. Vandalism was found this morning at the Academy of Information Technology and Engineering. In a joint statement, Stamford Mayor Caroline Simmons and school officials saying, "We remain deeply disappointed that anyone would deface a school building with hateful words and symbols. They went on to say, "We vehemently condemn this despicable and discriminatory rhetoric. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to contact the Stamford Police Department."
Turning to the weather now, hot and humid today, but how long will it last?
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rach, wow, it is muggy.
Yeah, and the humidity, the mugginess is going to stick around right through the end of this week and even into the start of next week as well. So we kind of need to settle in. We started off the day with showers, but now we have broken for sunshine. 83 degrees in Hartford, a little bit more hazy here in the New Haven area with a temperature of 82 degrees. But we are right back at it with the showers as we head into tomorrow morning. But if you have any outdoor plans over the next several hours, we are dry. So go right ahead and go for that walk or fire up the grill and have a dinner on the deck or patio. 82 right now in Meriden, 81 for Norwich, and we're in the upper 70s in Groton with just a few passing clouds overhead. I do think, as I mentioned before, the showers fill back in by daybreak. So we're watching these showers that are moving through central Pennsylvania. And again, that will add to that wet start by the time we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So here we are. This is the future radar showing a couple of those showers out there to begin the day tomorrow. I don't think it's a washout, kind of like today. We will see at least a little bit of sunshine, not as sunny as today, but still at least a little bit of brightening is possible. Overnight lows in the lower to middle 70s. Tomorrow, grab your umbrella, keep it by your side. You're going to need it off and on through the day. Even later in the afternoon, there is a possibility for a shower or storm. We'll get a closer look, your full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. New at 6, the Connecticut Supreme Court has partially dismissed a challenge to the state's school vaccine requirements. 5 counts were dismissed. They claimed the elimination of the religious exemption option violated both the Connecticut and the U.S. Constitution. The Superior Court still needs to review 1 count involving the Religious Freedom and Restoration Act. In a statement, Connecticut Attorney General William Tong responding to the decision, saying vaccines save lives, school vaccine requirements remain in effect, and we are very confident in our position.
Rock fans want Capulet Entertainment to face the music after last month's festival fiasco. Ticket holders filing a class action lawsuit today, slamming the promotion company for failing to provide what was advertised. Between a last-minute change in venue to an entire day of performances being outright canceled, rock fans argue they deserve compensation for the chaos.
It was very hectic and unorganized, not fair to us or the bands or the vendors. The vendors got screwed.
Rock fans raising the volume on last month's Capulet Music Festival, demanding their money back in a class action lawsuit.
I still am disappointed with how people were treated as consumers.
The 30-page suit claims the promotion company advertised a weekend full of music performances, food, and camping options, but what they delivered was far from pitch perfect. The festival was scheduled for the last weekend of June at Thompson Speedway, but hours before opening day, Capulet Entertainment announced a last-minute change to a much smaller venue with no camping and very few food options, all the way in Hartford. Ticket holders say more than half of the scheduled bands canceled. Paid-for meet and greets never happened, and the festival shut down before the final day's lineup could ever take the stage. Every Avenue was one of the bands planning to play.
Everyone needs their money back. Anyone that paid for all those days, everything, their travel, it's ridiculous.
Singer David Strothman tells Fox 61 not only did his band never get paid by Capulet, but they also lost out on thousands of dollars that went into preparing for the show.
So a loss all around for us, for them, and for, most importantly, the people. The reason we put these shows on is for people to go and have a good time, and stripping that away from our fans is about the worst thing you can do.
Connecticut Attorney General William Tong siding with bands, vendors, and ticket holders as his office investigates dozens of complaints.
Nothing makes me more angry than seeing people in our state getting ripped off.
Pledging to hold Capulet Entertainment accountable. The lawsuit is seeking refunds for all ticket holders to the event, accusing the promotion company of breach of contract. Meantime, Capulet Entertainment deleted its Facebook page and has not announced any plans to pay up.
Well, just a few hours ago, the long-awaited renovation of Hartford's XL Center finally received budget approval. Many saying they felt they had to move forward, faced with a time crunch since construction bids expire next month. So just how much is going into the XL Center, and how are people feeling about it after all this time? Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro breaks it down.
The budget for this renovation project is set at $145 million. $125 million of that will come from the state, and then $20 million will come from private funding. This is a project that state leaders have been talking about for years. They say the renovations are needed at the XL Center to stay competitive with other sports and entertainment venues in the region. Current plans for those renovations include seating upgrades, adding capacity in the front of the stage area, and also improving the concourse and artist facilities. The XL Center opened up back in 1975. It's the home of the UConn basketball teams and the men's hockey team, as well as the Hartford Wolfpack. On top of that, the center hosts a long list of other events and concerts throughout the year. Neighbors say any effort to get more people and business downtown is a good investment.
I think the more people that come in, more places are going to open on Sundays and stuff. I think that's a problem now. A lot of places are closed on Sunday. But when you got things going on, and there's always a lot of people down here, it's a win situation, I think, for the whole city, really.
Now, some improvements to the XL Center were completed back in 2014, but the Capital Region Development Authority says that was a short-term effort with the goal to develop a more permanent long-term strategy.